elders in the house. But first off, you are welcome to Cameroon Feeling. It's on CRTV, and today we're celebrating the elderly. They're around us every time, and sometimes we're just too busy pressing this thing. Yeah, that we don't pay attention. So today we're spotlighting, we are celebrating, and we're going to uplift a number of elderly persons living right here in Yaoundé. They are internally displaced persons, and you get their story in a moment or two. And then, do you like keeping your natural hair? But sometimes when you comb it and you just walk out of the house, it looks like everything just shrinks right in, and it's so strong and hard to comb. How do you deal with natural hair? We have someone who has a hair brand she'll be telling us about on the program today. But yeah, we're going to start out with something that people talk about a whole lot. I think earlier this year there was a debate online. Is marriage an achievement? And people were giving their opinions. But how do we do it right when we decide to get married? Susan Bell is here with the author of a book you have to read. Hello, Susie.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm fine, Patience.
So we're talking marriage today, huh?
Exactly. 7 biblical marriage patterns. Did you know that marriages have patterns? Certainly not.
Not.
Yes. So we have our author here who will be enlightening us on that.
Yes.
And so you just need to stay put. But before we move to our author, we've prepared a review of the book. So let's watch, and then we come back. Dr. Gerald Ebile's 7 Biblical Marriage Patterns dwells on marriage, an institution set by God, the Creator. According to the author, many people have entered and continue to enter this institution without understanding its real essence. Guided by concerns and the need to set the record straight for the present and future generations not to consider marriage an ordinary engagement, Dr. Gerald uses icons from the Bible so readers can be inspired by their standards and patterns in relation with the contemporary belief vis-a-vis divine standards, temperament, and peculiarities. With these 7 biblical marriage patterns, readers are made to understand that the world of marriage is a real one, folded with all that is needed to give existence its full meaning. The author also emphasizes that understanding God's purpose for marriage is of utmost importance because to marry and miss it is to enter a life of frustration and disappointment, thus setting the stage of marital unrest. This manual of 96 pages is well structured and the language down to earth. Its originality lies in the fact that the 7 biblical marriage patterns is designed to usher mankind to a platform whereby the original standards define a true and perfect matrimony, and so will be highly valued and given a serious attention. Dr. Gerald Ebile is a motivational speaker and teacher whose passion is to bring out and develop the best in humans to achieve purpose and potentials. He is the author of several books.
And he's right here with us. Good morning, Dr. Gerald Ebile again.
Good morning. It's a delight to be here again and seeing your faces looking glowing.
Okay. So, Susie, it's all to you.
Okay, Dr. Gerald, a lot of people will want to understand why you chose those 7 couples in the Bible, to present a marriage, to present as a marriage pattern. Yeah, I'm talking about Abraham and Sarah, Aquila and Priscilla, Deborah and Lepidot, Abigail and Nabal, Hosea and Gomer, Naaman and wife, as well as Joseph and Mary. Why?
Well, one of the things I realize is that in life, a lot of people have plunged into this institution which is designed to bring happiness, designed to improve people's life, designed to cause people to fulfill their purpose with a wrong picture about it. And you can actually educate people without having some icons which would be a model of inspiration. So I did a lot of research since I understood that marriage is initiated by God, and I had to study the scriptures to understand those who walk with God, how their relationships were, and what we can be able to learn from it that is going to correct the defaults which are in our present marital crisis. By research is proven that about 50% of those who get married want to fall out in divorce. About 60% of those who are married, they are not comfortable with their marriages. And when I do a lot of research, I get to realize that sometimes when people have a wrong understanding about this institution called marriage, they can't help but be a problem in it.
Okay. Well, simply to say that the origin of marriage is not secular but divine.
Yeah.
Yes. We understand that these couples had their peculiarities, unique assignments, and temperament, and could blend without friction, or rather without friction. Can you explain what happens when one attempts to fit in a pattern never designed for him or her? What would let me take this example. What would happen if Deborah had married Abraham and not Lepidot?
Beautiful. One of the things we must understand that the nature of the assignment of Abraham required him to always be very active. We have independent thinkers and independent producers that require an atmosphere of independence to be able to generate the quality of results they need with respect to the assignment. And a man who is that busy doesn't need a woman who will always be around him. The peculiarity of your assignment will require a companion that would not choke you, but will be by nature a source of inspiration. And this is where we miss it out. A lot of people have married some people because they admire some good attributes in them without considering the peculiarity of their own temperaments. And if you imagine Abraham, who is an outgoing person, he thinks alone and he creates effective result. Sarah was a woman who was composed. He could sit and manage that which Abraham created. Now, when you have two people who are pioneers, they come together, there's going to be a conflict in ideas. Deborah was a pioneer, Abraham was a pioneer. When they come, who is going to listen to who? Now, but Abraham and Sarah is a manager. Abraham is a pioneer. He initiated ideas and Sarah could manage it. And when a pioneer and a pioneer comes, there's going to be conflict on whose opinion will be considered. And when people don't understand that their uniqueness has a strong role to play in the relationship, they will go after admiration. And when they stay in the house, the reality of the relationship called marriage goes beyond the physical admiration. It goes with the activities. There must be grounds of complementation. True couples should complement. And if there's no ground of complementation, there's going to be complication. And complementation doesn't come when two people have the same quality. Complementation comes when I'm strong where you are weak, and you are weak where I'm strong.
Okay,
so in your strength, I become weak.
Gerald, not to interrupt you, when we talk about the Bible, we talk about people being match-made, marriages being arranged. It's kind of different from what we have today. Where you have to date. You have to, the courting process is completely different. Do you take that into account in your book?
Well, one of the things...
Because when courting is done right, you get marriage works as well.
Okay.
I would advise people, women should not deceive themselves being swayed by men giving them coppering, and they begin to feel it's marriage. Coppering is not marriage. Men have had coppering for so many years, and then it becomes a fence, and then when a man leaves them, they say he has broken my heart. He didn't break your heart. You were attaching value on something which you never understood the expectations of that relationship.
So you don't believe in engagement?
I believe in people having a normal relationship, understanding themselves, and when they get to see grounds of complementation, then they come now on the initial stage called courtship. In a court, you don't win a case. In a court, if you have good reasons, you win a case. You don't have good reasons, you can lose a case. So in courtship, you must not necessarily end up in marriage. So in courtship, you have to be true to yourself, because a lot of women will pretend and give a false image about themselves. For example, a woman who snores will not tell a man, I snore in courtship. When you get married to a man, he discovers it. It begins to frustrate the affection he had. But you see, when you are true to yourself, a man who has to love you for who you are.
Exactly.
And so in courtship, we have to be sincere. You see, a lawyer will tell his client, well, you might be wrong, but tell me the truth, I will know how to defend you. So in courtship, you must be able to be true to yourself. Truth is biblical. Truth is fundamental. It is the truth that makes free. So when we are truthful in courtship, then we can get to a place where I'm accepting you for who you are, and you are accepting me for who I am. Then we have a good base in relationship.
Well, from you we learned that marriage has a divine code. That two cannot work together unless they agree. And the first question that will come to one's mind is, agreeing on what exactly?
Simple. it goes back on the platform of complementation. I told men, scripture says, where there's no vision, the people perish. A woman should never marry a man who does not have a vision which is clear enough for her to find herself fitting in it. That's where agreement comes. A woman submits naturally to a man, not because scripture says a woman should submit to a man. A woman submits because the vision of the man has provision of that which would fit with her aspirations, her potentials, for her to express herself. So the agreement comes when your vision gives clarity and gives room for me to express my uniqueness, my peculiarity, my potentials, and then again for female.
Well, thank you very much, Doctor. Well, there is just so much in this book that you watching, you want to learn, and so you want to know. So where do we get this?
Well, lately I launched 4 new books, which made my books got to 90. I am at Chappelle. It really was the first starting point where my books began. But Dream Bookshop, you can get my books. And you come to Biamasi Start, Wrong Point Express, you can get my books. And on my number, 677-544-031. I say it again, 677-544-031. I can be able to hook you to how you can get the books, or you go on my Facebook page, Bishop Gerald Ebile G. God bless you.
Thank you so much for passing by. And I just want to insist that I hope there are other, ways men can be better in their marriages in the book. There are ways.
Very many. We've not even...
Yes, because very often when people hear about marriage, it's always women do this, women do that, women go here, women come there. And it's not really what men should do. So if Dr. Gerald's book has more instructions for men, then it's something that you really, really do not want to miss. So thank you again for passing by.
Yeah, I have 7 books on marriage.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this is just one of them.
One of them.
You'll definitely come back to tell us more about the other books.